working on some of my content creation. So I thought, hey, why not start up a stream? See how everybody's doing. I'm going to be just streaming for, I don't know, a couple hours maybe. Just hang out, right? We should all be doing something on our Sunday afternoons. So if you're at home just wanting to watch a stream, you're welcome to come by. You're welcome to ask questions, chat, whatever you'd like. But otherwise, I'm just going to see who shows up and just work here. So I'll keep an eye on my chat. But whatever you guys want to talk about, just let me know. I was watching a movie in the background there, so let me shut that off. But right now, I need to focus on my content creation and all the things I need to do to upload my latest content. If you guys want to share what you guys are up to, let me know. So I also got to start up my VS Code and I got to start up my terminal. So I need that. If you guys are waiting around in the chat, just feel free to say hello. Let me know what you're working on. I am right now working on my content. I generate a lot of shorts from my content, so got to keep up with that. Telling you guys, content creation, not easy. Not easy, guys. Don't do it. It looks easy, but it's really not. Don't do it, guys. All right. So right now, I'm working on my Dropbox. Yeah, so I got that ready to go. Now I need my terminal. Okay. Got my terminal here. So that's all ready to go. Now I gotta get my storage ready to go. There it is. If you're hanging out, cool, welcome. Just feel free to say hello. Let me know how you're doing. Please don't be shy. I'm just hanging out, working on a Sunday afternoon. Whoever stops by, stops by. And whatever that person wants to talk about, we can talk about. Okay, so that's good. Now I need to look at... Okay, so there are some clips I want, and here are some more clips that I want. This is good. This is good. So right now I am working on my shorts, making sure that I have some good shorts to show. So that looks good. And then I think I also have some in another directory. Telling you guys, one of the things that's hard about content creation is just keeping all of your directories and all your storage. Not always easy to do that. Okay, that's good. Okay, good, good. This is good. So what I like to do is I like to create my batches of shorts in groups of 100 and then run those accordingly. So right now I am putting together my first batch. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 batches to do today. So that's 30, so that means I could do, oh wow, that means I can do a lot. So that should be about 68 items in my first batch. It is, which means I have space for more. Okay, that's too many. And that's too many. But not way too many. All right, first batch is ready to process. So that's exciting. So speaking of which, I should get ready for that. So that's good. Okay, so now I'm actually ready to run some code. I got my VS all saved up. Hey, if you guys are in the chat, feel free to say hello. I'm just going to be sitting here working, seeing how you guys, want to participate. So feel free to say hello. I am sitting here working away, running from my little script here. I batch together my content so that I can just kind of get my shorts all ready to go. So I have a script that helps me name my shorts and clean them up and modify the audio, so on and so forth. So that's something that I wrote for myself, using some libraries that I need to manage the video. And then once I do that, I am ready to prep them in my plans for deployment. This is how I push out a lot of my stuff on a daily basis. Excuse me. So I gotta wait for this little script to run. There it goes. That's nice and easy. Hey, Denelson, how are you, my friend? So good to see you. Hello, Sir Dennis. How are you doing this Sunday afternoon? Tuning in while I get some work done myself. Nice, nice, Denelson. I love it. How you been? So good to see you. I know that you're out in LA. Hopefully things are going well for you with your work and things like that. I assume that you're still at the same place, so hopefully that's still going well, and hope your family is good. Denelson, really appreciate you stopping by. So good to see you. And let me know what you're working on, Denelson. Let me know if you're working on anything interesting. Like I said, for me, I'm over here just working on my content creation. Just chopping wood, guys. Sometimes you just gotta do the same things over and over again. So now I want to verify that my file is ready to go. It is. All right. Why did it only do? Interesting. I thought I had batches of 100, but it's only giving me 90 files. That's interesting. That is very interesting. I don't know why that is. Weird. So like I was mentioning earlier, guys, I'm trying to do file groupings of 100, but for some reason it only picked up. Oh, I think I know why. I think because I may have jumped the gun. Yeah, I might not have waited enough for my cloud provider to catch up. See guys, I made a mistake there because you have to make sure you have everything in sync, right? So I think I might have jumped the gun and I might have run my code before the syncing was done. So that's my mistake. Ouch. But that's okay. That's okay. Denelson says, so far everything is good, family is good, and work has been a bit chaotic as I am now being pulled left and right. However, at the moment, working on some apprenticeship prep assignments. Oh, that's right. That's right. You told me you were in a data apprenticeship. I forgot about that. Okay, good. Glad to hear that that's going well. I believe you said that was a year-long program, right? I think that's what you had told me. So glad to hear that you're putting in some work. Hey, being pulled left and right at work is a good thing, right? It means you're busy. It means you're it means you're hard to kill in a layoff scenario. So good for you, Denelson. Before anyone thinks this is beer, I'm drinking Topo Chico, which if you guys haven't tried, don't do it. They're addicting. Those things are addicting. All right. So my goal today is to finish updating 8 different batches. I'm working on batch number 1 of 8. So lots of pieces that have to come together in content creation, guys. You got to create the stuff, you got to clip the stuff, you got to check the audio and check the sizings and all that. And then you got to store it somewhere, and then you got to prep it for deployment, and then you got to move it around with the naming of the files and the descriptions and the text. Ugh. There's a lot that goes into this. But the good news is that I do enough prep and planning, so I only have to do this a couple times a year. So today is one of those times. So anybody else who's in the chat, let me know what you're up to. Let me know what's going on in your part of the world. And thanks for joining us. We're just here hanging out, just seeing who shows up. No pressure, no agenda. Sometimes you just have to work and cut wood, right, guys? Or chop wood. So Sunday afternoons is usually a good time for that. So right now I am in the upload phase of my first batch, which is always the longest one. Oh, that is by far the most time consuming. But there's nothing I can do about that one because it pulls from my cloud provider, my cloud storage. And you just kind of have to let it run. It's going to take what it's going to take, unfortunately. I am going to have to take the time to completely redo my storage. Man, I have files everywhere. So anybody else joining us in the chat, we're just hanging out Sunday afternoon, just working. Feel free to work alongside too. But just wanted to have a little more of a casual stream to see what everybody's up to. So let me know if you're working on something or if you have questions or something you want to talk about. We're just hanging out, seeing what happens. For me, I'm working on my content creation. I'm trying to see, trying to get all my shorts together because I do publish a lot of shorts. And I have 8 batches to do. So I'm just going to be here. So you're welcome to join. You're welcome to contribute whatever you'd like. But I'm just hanging out. All right, so that looks like that completed. So my first batch is now officially done, which is great. On to my second batch. And this time I'm going to be more mindful of waiting for things to finish syncing because I think I missed out on some files. All right, so that looks good. So now I'm trying to find some of my other files. I think I'm gonna do some of this. Oh, did I not do shorts for those? I might not have done shorts. Okay. Huh, okay. I think I might not have done shorts here. That's okay. So now, that means I have to go back a little further. Okay, I have some shorts there. So, okay, here we go. I have some of these. Okay, so that's good. How many is it? That's 74. 74 is pretty good, but I might have some more. Okay, so let me do 26 of these. All right, it looks like I have managed to find 100 shorts to put up, which is great. Now we just got to wait for the sync, because I think that's what screwed me up last time. All right, so now the sync is finished. I can go back to my script and wait for that. So anybody that's joining us, feel free to say hello. We're just hanging out, working. We got Denelson in the chat who's also working. For whoever, just let us know what you're up to. Let us know how your weekend went. Let me know if you have any questions. But we're just hanging out, just talking, working. Hopefully you're working on something too. Something that gets you excited, something that moves your career forward, something that builds your skills. Let me know what that is. But we're just hanging out on a Sunday afternoon. Maybe for some of you it's late on a Sunday night, some parts of the world. For me, it is 2 in the afternoon. So hey, why not start up a stream and see what happens, see who shows up. So right now I am working on batch 2 of 9 for my content creation. A lot of work to be a content creator, guys. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right, so looks like I am ready to upload again. All right, this time I got the 100 files that it should have been, which is great. So now we wait again. So guys, as always, my name is Dennis. I run Data Science with Dennis. I'm really passionate about data science, really enjoy putting together content and helping people out. Although sometimes content is not fun, guys. It's a lot of work. But I enjoy helping people out, helping them learn data science. So if that's you, you've come to the right place. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you, or something that I can help with your career, or any questions you have, or if you just want to say hello, that's good too. Again, I'm just hanging out here, working, seeing what's going on. Let me know what's on your mind. What are you up to? And we'll go from there. Feel free to pop in and out as you'd like. You know, there's no obligations here. Just whatever you'd like to do. So I am back to waiting here on my file transfers. Not the quickest process in the world because I do rely on some cloud providers. But once this is over, I will have batch number 2 of 9 completed. So feel free to tell me where you're listening from or what you're working on. What are you doing or what have you done this weekend to move yourself forward, right? We have Denelson in the chat who's working on some analytics prep or boot camp type of courses. I'm sitting here working on my content. So I'd love to hear from you, see what you're up to, or just say hello. But if you're listening and you think to yourself, geez, I don't have anything I'm working on, I don't know what I'm doing to move forward, change that, right? Do something. What can you be doing to help you move forward, right? Put some ideas together, get some motion going. But by the time we're done today, I should have close to 700 pieces of content. Excuse me, put together. So I think that's pretty good, right? Pretty happy about that. So yeah, now I'm waiting on my upload. Batches of 100, not fast. But good things take time, right? I had to cancel my streaming today. I didn't stream earlier because I did have a client phone call today, and those always take priority. So I thought I'd jump on a Sunday afternoon, see how everybody's doing. So let me know what you're up to, and we'll go from there. So for me to put my content together, I have to use one tool to clip my videos. I have to use another tool to do the transcription of the videos. And then I have to use another tool to store it all because I don't use content right away. And then I use my own custom script to write the titles and the file names, and also to batch them together. And then I have my own process to take my batch file and put it onto my scheduling system. So lots of things that go into making these posts, guys. And also I keep an eye on my scheduling system because that tells me how many days of content I have ready to go. Right? That gives me an idea of how far off into the future I'm ready with content. Sometimes it's lower than others. Fortunately, we've been having some really great streams. So yeah, that's been going really well in terms of having content availability. But the slowest part by far is the final upload that I have to do. That's what I'm doing now for my second batch. And it is not fast, but necessary. But anyways, let me know how you guys are doing. Feel free to say hello. I see a couple people in the chat. So just feel free to say hi. Let me know what you're up to. We're just hanging out, right? No obligations, no agenda. Whatever you guys want to talk about. If you guys are looking forward to the week ahead, let me know what you got going on this week. Are you looking at anything special? Anything good planned? Anything going on at work or with your courses or with just your own personal studies? Good time to talk about it. We're just hanging out, guys. Let me know what's on your mind, guys. I'm in the last stretch here of waiting for my upload to finish. And then we continue chopping wood. So Denelson, I know you're in LA. Hopefully LA is nice and cool right now. The fall season is usually a beautiful time for LA weather. All right, I'm in the late stages of my upload here. So this is good. You know, guys, I've been at content creation for over a year now, almost 18 months, year and a half. And, you know, they say that the ability to develop a good business is the ability to keep going when it gets boring. So right now, these are definitely not the exciting times of content creation when I have to wait for these uploads. But you got to do it. It's part of the work. Can't get bored doing the same things. Denelson says it's still pretty hot with the rain this past Thursday. It made it very humid. Yeah, Denelson. Yeah, Thursday was a weird weather day across the entire West Coast. We were, you know, I'm in Las Vegas and we were getting some weird rains also. Like, yeah, and very humid actually on that Thursday. Unseasonably humid. Not that it's ever humid here in Las Vegas. So yeah, Denelson, you're absolutely right. It's getting better, but Thursday was a weird day. Even Friday had some weird rains, like in the morning, but just one of those weird storms. But it's definitely going to get better, though. I mean, October, November, December out here in Las Vegas and most of the West Coast is just beautiful. All right, I'm getting close to finished here with this latest batch. I am stuck on importing 98 of 100. Isn't that the way it always is? It's always the last one or two that take the extra time. That's the way it always is, isn't it? Ugh. Oh, well, this is not great. It's just stuck there. I mean, most of my shorts are generally the same size as far as file length or file size, so it's always weird when one file gets hung up, right? Especially when it's on 98 of 100. Ugh. There we go. I finally got over the 98. All right, I don't know what's going on there, but it looks like it's finally finished here. So guys, if you're in the chat, feel free to say hello. Let me know what you're up to. Let me know what you're doing. We are just hanging out, just a Sunday work stream. I'm here working at my computer, so I thought I'd fire up a stream so you guys could hang out with me. So just let me know what you're up to. All right, so I finished my second batch. Now I am working on my third batch. And actually, I just realized that I should probably do that. Okay, so I didn't do that. All right, so now I'm going to move this over here. All right, so that's done. So that's 51 items. That's great. So now I'm going to bring these over. And that should be 62. All right, so that's 62. Now I need about, what is that, 38 more? All right, this is perfect. All right, almost got another 100 ready to go here. This is great. I am moving right along. So this is 96 items, which is great. Now I gotta wait for that to sync. If you're joining us, feel free to say hello. Let me know what you're up to. Are you working? What are you doing on a Sunday? You're not bed rotting, are you? You got to be doing something, guys. So just let me know what you're up to. All right, files finished. What did I say was the magic number? 96? Yep, 96. So now we go to my custom script. Wait for that to finish. And then we repeat the upload process. So for those of you guys that are curious, I push out 40 plus pieces of content a week. Pre-recorded, right? My streams are in addition to that. So yeah, it takes a lot to put that together, right? That does not come together by itself. So I have my own little scripts, I have my systems, I have my tools that I use. And this is it. This is the work of being a content creator. Right now I have this little Python script that I use to check my files, give it the right names, all that stuff. Create my batches. And then that lets me proceed with my upload. Okay, that just finished. $96, that's the number. All right. So now we wait with the upload. All right, so we're back to waiting with the upload. If you're listening, welcome. We're just hanging out. We're just working. It's a Sunday. Sunday afternoons are for work. Get ready for the week. Keep your mind engaged. Get yourself ready and motivated for Monday. Let me know what you're doing to do that. I'm sitting here doing my content creation prep, chopping wood, guys. That's all this is. You got to stay consistent, with this whole content creation thing. I never envisioned myself doing this as a business, and I was never really a big fan of social media, but here I am. I've been at it for about 18 months now and just trying to be consistent. Everybody asks me, what do I need to do to be good at social media? You got to be honest. You got to be yourself. You got to be authentic. You got to be an authority on what you're talking about, and you got to be consistent. Got to be consistent. Got to be pushing out as much quality content as you possibly can. So that's what I'm doing with you guys here right now. I am on batch number 3. Yep, batch number 3. So keep chopping wood. Once I finish this, I will know how many pieces of content I have ready to go. And that lets me know how many weeks in advance I'm ready. And then from there, that lets me just kind of have peace of mind and sleep well at night that all of my content is ready to go and appropriate and in the right formats and all that. So good stuff, guys. Good stuff. So I am stuck waiting again for my upload. I am on 32 of 100 this time around. So it's moving, just not moving very fast. Right now I'm looking at my finger. I've been trying to take care of my finger. I burned myself real bad the other day. I was making, I can't remember what I was making, but I was using some cooking oil, and some of the cooking oil splashed up and got my finger. Ooh. Man, you know what? I've noticed that when you burn yourself, if you put it under water right away, it won't hurt, but the damage is still there, right? So I still got a 2nd degree burn because it blistered up on me and everything. But it's feeling better now. I'm in the later stages of it, but my finger is still a little weird. That's what you go through when you live alone and you have to cook your own meals, guys. Sometimes you're gonna get your finger burnt. My upload now is halfway done, so still just working away at it. So if you're joining me in the chat, let me know how you're doing. What are you working on this afternoon to help you get better? What are you looking forward to this week? Feel free to say hello. Five more batches to do after this one. But gosh, that might be enough content to take me through the rest of the year, which would be nice. That would be really nice. Denelson says, yeah, I know what you mean. Something happened to me a while back while meal prepping for the week. Apparently you're supposed to put it in warm water so it doesn't get blistered up too badly. Oh, is that right? For me, I always go for cold. Like I'll immediately run it under water, or I'll just grab a bag of vegetables or something out of the freezer and put it on top. Because to me, that kills the pain the quickest. Because there's nothing worse than like a burn pain, right? Because you can never ignore it. It stays with you for hours and hours. So I'm just focused on cutting the pain. I never heard about the warm to keep the blistering. Excuse me, sorry. But then again, I've never really blistered before. I mean, the oil was super hot, so that's why I blistered. But I'll have to try that next time, Danielson. Because yeah, I always go for cold to kill the pain. Because I hate feeling that burning pain. It just never goes away, right? Hey, Zed Rengar, how are you? Nice to see you. Hello, Dennis. How are you? I'm doing well, Zed. How are you? Glad to have you here. I think it might be your first time here. If so, welcome. Zed, we're just hanging out. I'm just having a hangout Sunday stream. I'm sitting here working. If you are too, or if you just want to let us know what you're doing or whatever, feel free to do so. But no agenda, nothing special going on. We're just hanging out and working. Denelson's also in the chat. He's working on some data stuff. I'm working on my content creation for my channel. And yeah, thanks for stopping by, Zed. Let us know where you're from, Zed. It's always fun to see where people are checking in from all around the world. That's one of the fun things about doing this content creation stuff. All right, I'm on 88 of 100 of my latest upload. And then I will be done with this portion. Just chopping wood over here, guys. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So I have 5 more to go, but that's okay because I'm here, I'm chopping wood, I'm doing the work required. What are you doing? Are you doing the work required? I bet you are. So let me know. Feel free to say hello in the chat. Don't be shy. We're just hanging out. No agenda. Nothing special. Let me know what you're doing. What are you doing to improve yourself today? What are you doing to ensure that you're going to have a good week coming up? Maybe you're doing meal prep. Maybe you're doing some exercise. Maybe you're just hanging out. Maybe you're reading something. What's the last good AI tool you read about? Zed says, I am doing great too. I am from Albania. Cool. Currently a DWH specialist, but looking to get into data science. DWH. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. Let me know. And it must be late for you in Albania. Albania's got to be super late right now, right? Like midnight maybe? Let me know what time it is over there. Ah, data warehouse specialist. Okay, very cool, man. Well, if you like talking things that are data, you are in the right place, my friend. It's got to be so late for you, though, in Albania. All right, so we're gonna... All right, we're on to number 5. Or number 3, whatever this is. And then we got that. And then we're going over here. All right, so what is that? So that is 56. Okay, so that means I need another 46 items. Ooh, this might be it. Ooh, 41 items. Perfect. All right. Zed says, yes, correct, it's midnight. Oh, wow, I can't believe I got that exactly. I was just guessing about midnight. It's weird. I like to work or study late at night. Well, I hope you don't have to go to work early tomorrow. I mean, that can affect you, right? But glad you're here, Zed. Nice to see you. So, Zed, what about data science is making you want to make the switch? I'm curious. Because there's plenty of demand for data warehouse people. Data warehouse skills are absolutely in demand. I need to be doing some of my own data warehousing over here. I got a mess of files. So what is making you wanting to do the switch? I'm curious. Let me know if you'd like to share there. All right. So, okay, cool. So those files are done. And what is the magic number here? 97. Ooh, got so close. All right, run my script. I like to work and study late at night. You know, I've never really been good at that, guys. I'm a morning person by far. Always have been, even when I was a small child. Always been a morning person. So I am not good at night. At night, I do my TikTok doom scroll. Well, it's only doom scrolling recently, right? But I do my TikTok doom scrolling at night because my mind is fried, right? I'm no good at that hour. But yeah, if you feel good working at night, good for you. Don't don't count me in for that. I'm terrible at that. You know, even when I was working in New York, I would get to the office like at I think I would get there at 6 a.m. because my mind just works so much better, and it's also good to beat traffic, right? Because New York traffic sucks. But I would get to the office at 6 a.m. and start work, and I love the early stuff. And also at my work, we had a really good cafeteria, and the cafeteria would open at 6. So I would get there, I would get my coffee, and then go downstairs, get my food. Good times, good times. All right, so I am now ready for my latest upload. So make sure I'm getting, yep, 97 is good. All right, now we wait. Zed says, what I like about DS is all the benefits and the work a data scientist does. I'd like to find information about data. All right, cool. I like that, Zed. That's a good answer. You know, I ask Zed almost as a little like test that I do for people because people will just do it for the money or because they think it's a nice job or whatever. But I think you have a pretty reasonable approach to it, right? I mean, you're already in the general data space. And I like to find information about data is a really good way to do it. A really good way to put that, right? So good for you, Zed. So Zed, are you like a few years out of school already, or still kind of an early career professional? There's no wrong answer to that. I get people from all of those groups, all age ranges, who want to do something with data science, right? So yeah, so let me know. Like, is this like a early career pivot for you, a mid career pivot, a late career pivot? For me, it was a mid career, right? I had already been a developer. So no wrong answer here. Is that I'm just trying to find out a little bit more about you. But you have a good attitude for it, right? Even though I am just 24 and just starting, I like to learn, even though I am not smart. Hey, some of the smartest people I know are very cognizant of how not smart they are, right? What's that saying? I love that saying. A man is wise not by how much he knows, but by how much he realizes he does not know, right? I've always believed in that. We have to be humble in knowing that, hey, I don't know everything, right? So Zed, I think that's how you meant it, Zed. So good for you. Good for you for being smart enough to know that there is so much out there to learn, right? I mean, anybody who tells you that they know everything is a fool, right? So good for you, Zed. You're being very honest. I love that. In 24 and you already work in data warehousing, you're doing pretty good, man. Good for you. You're doing pretty good. I remember when I was 24. Zed, do you realize you're half my age? Oh, that doesn't make me feel very good. Oh, man. When I was 24, I was working in the ticketing business. I was living in Beverly Hills because I was working for a ticket broker in Beverly Hills. And I managed to find a cheap apartment 2 blocks from the office, which was great because there were times when I had to work a lot. I remember I was there for the Athens Olympics, and during that Olympics, I basically worked 24 hours a day because the Olympics for ticketing is obviously a big event. But yeah, I remember that. Jeez, that feels like so long ago. But that was great. Working in tickets was awesome. That was a great time. Uh, Zed says it's my first job out of uni, and I really like SQL. Hey, that's awesome, man. I mean, you got your degree, you're employed, you're working with SQL, which by the way is a super valuable skill. You know, people ask me that all the time about learning SQL, and I always tell people throughout all stages of my career, whether I was a developer, doesn't matter the language or who I was working for, and now in data science, my SQL skills have always been valuable. I have never not used my SQL skills. So good for you, Zed. Good for you. You've built a really strong start for yourself, right? If you got your degree, you got a job, like you're legitimately employed doing data warehousing, and you're working SQL, you want to get into data science, good for you. Good for you. You're on a good path there, my friend. Well, but then again, I don't know about this working at midnight, working at midnight stuff. That's not going to help your aging process. You see why I look so young? Because I go to sleep early. I'm in bed by 8. Not really. Maybe I'm joking. Maybe not. Who knows? Got to get your sleep in, guys. Haha, yes, I need to fix it. Yeah, man. I mean, you're up at midnight watching YouTube streams. That's not healthy, my friend. That's not going to lead you to having young skin. But yeah, I think you're on the right path, Zed. You're on a good path. You're already gainfully employed and all that. Good for you. All right, I am on 67 of 100 in my latest batch, guys. I'm making progress, guys, making progress. If you're in the chat, I see a couple additional people in the chat. We're just hanging out. Feel free to say hello. Let us know what you're up to. We're just working. For some of us, it's Sunday afternoon. For other people, it's Sunday night. For Zed, technically, it's already Monday morning. But we're just hanging out, having a stream. What are you doing? What are you working on? What are you doing to advance yourself? What are you doing to get yourself ready for the week? Let us know in the chat. We're all friends here. I am working on my content creation. This is your first time. I run the channel Data Science with Dennis. I do a lot of live streaming, which results in a lot of shorts, which results in a lot of content, which results in a lot of me having to manage that content. So that's what I'm doing right now. I am working on the batches that I use to organize and package up all my shorts. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. What are you doing? Let us know in the chat. Just hang out. That's all we're doing. I could be doing this by myself. I could be doing it just on my own, but I thought I'd start up a stream and see who wants to show up. I did this before and it was fun, just to do like a work stream or a hangout stream. That's all we're doing. Denelson says cooking and brewing. Ooh, what are you brewing, Denelson? Are you brewing anything special? I see the cook emoji, but I didn't see a beer emoji. Is that what you mean? Zed says, currently I am learning intro to statistics from Freed Code Camp to try and build the math and stat fundamentals. Good. Good. I think you need the statistics more than math. But yeah, that's a good start. That's a real good start. So, Zed, you're actually reminding me of some content that I do intend to push out soon. But I do want to do a little bit more information on stats because that's kind of how I started my career. I did applied statistics studies, and that definitely helped me. All right, I'm going to expand on that. Let's put a pin in that. Let me get my latest batch. My last batch just finished. So I want to keep my momentum going here. So move that to trash. All right. So now 6. Oh, come on. All right, that's 60 items, which is great. So now I need 40. Woo, 40 exactly. Nice. All right, I got 100 exactly. Now I gotta wait for the sync. All right, guys, I'm gonna do my file sync here. Do my little script run, and then I'll be ready for another upload, which is awesome. All right. The sync is done. Run my script. I see a couple people in the chat. We're just hanging out. It's a work stream. Just, keep it casual, keep the conversation whatever you'd like it to be. What are you working on? Where are you from? What are you doing to advance yourself this week? Feel free to let me know in the chat. I'm going to let this script run and start my upload, and then I'm going to come back to the chat. I want to share a couple more things there. Like I said, I could be doing this by myself here at home, but why not fire up a stream and see how everybody's doing? Everything I'm doing right now, guys, is all related to my content creation. Don't become a content creator, guys. Do something better with your lives. Oh man, there's so much to do when we're dealing with content. Okay, that's done. Start my upload. Is it the file count? Oh man, why is it 99? It should be 100. Man, that's annoying. All right, my upload started. All right, Denelson says, no, not beer, not much of a beer person, but I was just referring to working and getting tasks done to improve. Okay, nice. Okay, I get it. Good for you, Denelson. What are you cooking? Do you prep for the week? I was talking to my client today about meal preps. I tried doing meal prep. The thing is that by Thursday, Wednesday, that meal you prep that looked really good on Sunday, it ain't so good now, right? Not every recipe is good for meal prep, so maybe I just need better recipes. But let me know if that's what you're doing, Denelson, or if you have any good tips for meal prep, let me know in the chat, guys. Okay, so Zed says, to be honest, I am getting overwhelmed by the expansion. DS has NLP, computer vision, etc. Yeah. Denelson says, it is a lot, right, Zed? But that makes it so much more fun. For me, especially, I love data relating to CV. Okay, yeah. So Denelson, obviously a fan of computer vision. So Zed, before you said that and you mentioned statistics, I'm going to be doing some content around this. But if somebody were to come to me and say, well, what statistics classes should I take? Everybody calls it something different. Usually it's applied statistics. But avoiding the specific names, I would say take a statistics class that shows you how to do regression. And usually they'll teach you linear regression because there's multiple ways to do regression, but usually to be linear regression, right? So take a class that shows you how to do linear regression, and usually in the same class, sometimes the second class, they would also talk about hypothesis testing. If you can go through a statistics course, do that, understand that, and enjoy that, then you're a pretty good candidate for data science, right? Because regression and hypothesis testing will give you a pretty good feel for like experimenting with data and manipulating data, which is basically like the core of data science, right? Because data science is experiments of data. So that's what I would tell you. So that's why when you say you're taking a statistics course, cool, that's the right track. But I would tell you, make sure you go through those topics. Like that's the level of statistics you need. Obviously, it gets more complex than that. But just kind of as a general like milestone marker, I would look for that. And if you do that and you get through it, you get a good score. Hey, this is something I like. I get it. I can do more of this. Then great. You're set up for success in data science. So let me know if that resonates with you, Zed. If you've seen that in your syllabus or whatnot, because I'm not familiar with this particular program. I can't know every possible class out there. But that's what I would tell you, right? If you can get through that course and understand how to do those things, at least one regression method, usually linear, and hypothesis testing, you'll be on your way. That's a really good indication, right? So let me know what you think about that, Zed. Or you too, Denelson. Who knows? Maybe this is part of your apprenticeship too. But that's what I would tell people, right? Because I think a background in statistics definitely helps in data science. All right, I'm on 52 of 100. And I only have 3 more to go after I finish this one. Woohoo! This is great. See, working with you guys has made the process go so much faster because I could be doing it here at home, but it would be boring. It's so much better to be online with you guys and talk things out, right? It may seem like a lot when I'm telling you that I'm working in batches of 100 and I'm doing these uploads. But like I said, I push out about 40 plus pieces of content every week. So 100 pieces of content is barely a half a month. So it takes a lot of work to be a content creator, guys. A lot of work. A lot of storage too. I have more storage than I ever thought I would ever have in my entire life. But that's what you got to do, guys. That's how you end up becoming a content creator. So Zed says, thanks for setting up clear goals for me. I didn't have any. Yeah, Zed. I put them out there as goals. But I also put them out there to enable you guys to take a critical eye to some of these courses. Because guys, let's be honest, there's a lot of trash out there, and that's really why I started this. I hate the fact that there's so much trash out there. You know, this is a serious profession and I take it seriously. So it offends me when people say, "Oh, just take this course and you'll be a data scientist." So I'm putting it out there for you, Zed, and for everybody else also, so that you can start evaluating and say, wait a minute, this course is not going to teach me what I need to know. This course is trash, or this course, isn't going to meet my needs to really like move me forward in a professional way. Because I hate that you guys are losing your money or being fooled by these scammers because they're not data scientists. They've never worked in data science. So be careful out there, guys. So that's really why I do it, Zed. So I'm glad that it motivates you, that it gives you a goal, but also use it to evaluate some of these courses and these idiot influencers, as I refer to them, because they don't know what you actually need. I give you guys real world advice. That's always been my goal. And I do that because I've done it. I've been there. I've been in the trenches. I was a chief data scientist. I've led teams. I've hired people, fired people. So whatever you guys want to know, I'm here. Denelson says, I agree. A background in statistics is a great way to start for someone looking to get into the field of data science or data analytics. Yeah, absolutely, Denelson. Statistics is very, very helpful. And you know where else it's also helpful? And Denelson, you're a longtime follower, so I know you've heard me say this before, but I'll say it for Zed. A lot of the problems that when you're actually working in data science, when you're in the business world and people approach you with problems, and they'll tell you, oh, we need an algorithm for this, or I bet you could do a data science project for us. It's not data science, it's actually statistics that they need, right? You can solve a ton of business problems with statistics. Like, if I think about my career, at least 85% of the stuff people approach me with, I still help them, but it was just statistics, right? They think it's data science because they don't know any better, and that's okay. But you can solve a lot with statistics. A lot. All right, guys, I only have 3 more to go. So now I can start my third batch. This is great. Um, what's going on here? That's 45. Uh-oh. What is going on here? Okay, that was a weird copy. Okay, that's weird. Let me, sometimes you can screw up a copy, so it's better to start all over again. You know what it was? I was rushing. I was rushing to finish instead of focusing on my work. Okay, there we go. So now we are in a much better position. Give me a second here, guys, and when I'm back to uploading, I'll catch up with the chat. Bear with me, please. All right, so that's good. 78 items, which is good. That means I need 22. Ooh. Let's see. Let's see. How can I do this? Um, hmm. All right, give me just a second here, guys. Okay, so that's 98. And it's got a sync still, so waiting for that sync. All right, so that sync is done, which means that if I go to my code, all right, now my script is gonna run, and that was 98 was the magic number. Bear with me here, guys, and I'll catch up in the chat. If you guys are just joining us, we're just hanging out, working. I'm working on some content creation stuff for my channel. We got Denelson in the chat. We got Zed in the chat. All of them also working on improving themselves. So what are you doing? What are you doing to improve yourself? Feel free to let us know. Otherwise, there's no other agenda, no pressure. Just a casual hangout stream on a Sunday. Excuse me. All right. So that's good. Now I'm ready to do my latest upload. 98, perfect. All right. So the chat says, Zed says, yes, too much information sometimes is bad. I have lost a bit of time watching or learning things I didn't need. Usually I check the lecturer and LinkedIn. Some professionals suggest me to find a mentor, but I don't know how or where to look for one. You found one right here, Zed. Yeah, Zed, absolutely. They have a lot of information that's bad, that's irrelevant, that's just plain wrong. And also, it just doesn't go deep enough, right? It doesn't go deep enough because they don't know it. You know, most of them are just frauds, right? So they really don't know what you need, right? That happens. So yeah, I'm sorry that you had that experience. That unfortunately it is common. There's a lot of idiot influencers out there just looking to make money, and that's never been my style. I don't offer cheap courses. The only product I do offer is I do offer one-on-one coaching. So if you're interested in that, Zed, there is a link in my profile. But yeah, you sound like a smart guy. So yeah, you want to spend your time in the best way possible. So that's what I would tell you if you're still kind of in that transition period. But that's what I would look for. Those are the two very definitive things I would tell you. If a course is not giving you that, then one, it won't prepare you, and two, it's just going to take your money because it's just not giving you really actionable things, right? So again, for those of you, if you're joining late, my advice to Zed was that statistics is a good idea to have like in your background, or maybe to kind of explore data and modeling and what's this data science stuff. So look for something that offers hypothesis testing, right? And some sort of regression method, right? If you can get through those, it makes sense to you, you were able to handle the math or the formulas, hey, yeah, I could do more of this, then that's a really good sign that data science could be for you. Anurag, how are you? Nice to see you. Anurag, I believe you've been here before, I think. So welcome back. But Anurag says, how can one do a transition from data analysis to data science? I am currently working as a risk analyst. Yeah, Anurag. Anurag, that's probably one of the most common questions I get. So Anurag, I'm going to give you the same answer I give everybody. And the answer is modeling, right? That's it. That's the answer. You need more modeling because that's the thing that data analysts typically don't do, right? Data analysts don't do modeling, or at least not like predictive modeling, right? So that's the portion that you're missing. That's the portion that I recommend you add to your mix because that's just what you don't have, right? You don't have that modeling. So how do you feel about that? But that's the direction that I would take, right? That's the big slice of skills that are separating you from that's separating the average data analyst from a data scientist. So yeah, Anurag, welcome. But that's what I would tell you. Anurag says, thanks for the insights. Yeah, sure, Anurag. I'm here for whatever you guys need. Anurag, where are you from? Where are you joining us from? Feel free to let us know. But Anurag, I'm just here to try to give you guys the best information that I can. But otherwise, we're just hanging out, talking, working on a Sunday afternoon. So let us know where you're from or what you're up to. You're from India. Oh my gosh, isn't it in India? It's got to be like what, like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning? What are you doing? It is late for you. Actually, I think it might be later than that in India. Yeah, it's 3:30 a.m. Yeah, geez. Anurag, what are you doing? Like, do you take meth or something? Like, why are you up at 3:30 in the morning? Please tell me you went to bed earlier and now you're just like waking up, maybe something woke you up or you had to get up to go to the bathroom and now you're just watching my stream. What are you doing? It is late over there, man. I have to go to work at 9. No, you're not. No, you're not. What the heck, man? We got a guy in Albania at midnight. We got a guy in India at 3 in the morning. What are you guys doing? Jeez, that's so humbling to me when I hear that people are listening to me from all over the world, like I was sleeping the whole day. Well, yeah, I guess that explains why you're up at 3:30 because you got enough rest during the day. But how are you going to go to work at 9, dude? That's like in 2 hours. And do you mean you have to get up at 9 or you have to be at work at 9? Because otherwise you have to be up a lot earlier, right? What are you guys doing? You guys are insane. You guys are insane staying up late just to listen to me. Gosh, that's crazy, guys. That is crazy. I'm an old man. I can't remember the last time I was up at 3 in the morning. I can remember the last time I was up at midnight. Oh man, you guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. Okay, Anurag has to get up at 9. Okay, well, that's still very soon, right? That's one of those scenarios where you finally go back to sleep and then you feel like you're only asleep for like 20 seconds before the alarm's going off and you really have to get up, right? Man, you guys are insane. What are you guys doing? Well, I know our guy in Albania at midnight, he's 24. So Anurag, hopefully you're young also. You can't be an old man like me and be up at 3:30 having to go to work at 9 or get up at 9. I hope you're young, Anurag. But yeah, Zed had asked about mentorship. So I do offer one-on-one coaching if you guys want to check the link in my bio. Anurag says I am 23. All right. Okay. Okay. That'll help. That'll help. But look, man, if you want to stay young, you want to stay, with good, clean skin, you got to go to bed early, man. Being awake at 3:30 is not going to help your complexion or your stress or your hairline, right? Us men, we worry about our hairline, right? So, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? All right, I am on number 70 of 100 in my latest batch, which means that I'm getting closer and closer to finishing. Anurag says, sure, soldier, hitting the bed now. I hope so. I hope so. Nobody should be listening to me anyways, and nobody should definitely be listening to me at 3:30 in the morning. Jeez. Ah, you guys are insane. So let me know what else you guys are working on if you want to contribute in the chat. I see people coming in and out. So if you're joining us, we're just hanging out, having a stream, having a work stream, chatting a little bit. I'm working on content creation. What are you working on? Let me know in the chat. What's got your attention? What tools are you trying? What are you reading? What are your career goals? Let me know all of that. I'm just working over here, chopping wood. It's not always easy being a content creator. Anurag says, good night, man. Thanks. Yeah, thanks to you too, Anurag. Appreciate you stopping by. Sleep well and I hope you have a good day at work tomorrow. But yeah, guys, I'm just over here chopping wood. Trying to improve myself as much as I can. Trying to bring you guys the best content I can, which is not always easy. I have this multi-step process that I have to run through to get my content all good and uploaded. So that's kind of what you're seeing me work through here on this stream. But it's fun to do that every once in a while. Not every stream has to be serious. Not every stream has to have a lot of prep for it or a lot of work for it. Sometimes we can just hang out and say hello. I can't believe I've been streaming for 90 minutes already. You guys have helped me make the time go by, so I appreciate that, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your support. Because like I said, otherwise I'd be here doing this by myself, so I'm here doing it with you guys. I am on number 80 of 100 in my latest batch. And then I'll have 2 more to go, which means I'll basically be on here for another 30, 45 minutes or so. So Zed or Denelson or anybody else in the chat, how's your progress coming along? Or anybody else new that's joining us, feel free to say hello. We're a friendly group and there's no agenda. No one's going to quiz you on anything. No one's going to call on you. Just let us know what you're up to, what you're working on. This is just a casual Sunday hangout stream. I started with the goal of finishing, I think, 8 or 9 different batches of content that I wanted to do. So I'm going to finish up this one and then 2 more to go. So I'm making progress. And I also like doing these because I can share with you guys a little bit about content creation, because people ask me for content creator advice all the time. It takes a lot of work, guys. Being a content creator is a lot of work. And it takes a lot of content. So I right now I am in a time of season where I push out about 40 pieces of content a week. So if you do the math on it, that's a lot. So when I tell you I'm working in batches of 100, that sounds like a lot, but just like 2 weeks worth, really. Or people always tell me, oh, I haven't really had a lot of success as a content creator. I don't know what to do. And then I take a look at their Instagram profile, and it's like they have like, I don't know, 150 posts, let's say, which is a lot. Don't get me wrong. For a lot of people, the way they work, 150 posts is a lot. And not just anybody has 150 posts. But for me, that's like a month's worth, right? So you gotta get the content out there, guys. All right, so now I get to start the process all over again. All right, guys, I only have 2 more to go. Woohoo! Oh, okay, this one's gonna require a lot more, eh? Okay. Oh, this will be good. Okay. This will be good. Alright, so that means this is 87. Alright, we'll have 87 in this batch. Doing my syncing. Zed says, I bet it's tiring, but you are helping new professionals a lot. Yeah, Zed, it is tiring, but yeah, I get a lot of satisfaction by helping, and not just new professionals. I do also work with existing professionals. In my coaching, I have people who are early in their career, middle career, later in their career. I have people of all kinds, but yeah, I mean, I do it for the profession, right? Because I do take data science very seriously. So as I always tell people, like if you look at lawyers or doctors, the older lawyers help the newer lawyers, right? So that's the way I look at it. This is me just trying to help the future generation of data scientists, because I will be dead and gone one day and data science will live on, right? So I'm just trying to help the future generation. That's it. That's really kind of like the goal here. Okay, did that sync finish? That sync did finish. All right, so now time to run my script. All right, guys, I am working on the second to last batch here. Second to last batch, guys. That means I'll be done in like half an hour here. And I've already been streaming for 95 minutes. That's a lot for me, guys. I love doing the live streams because I meet some really cool people. And it's fun to do the educational ones I usually do on Sundays. But man, I am so tired after the live streams. Like, it takes away all my extrovert energy, right? You know how they say that there's an energy to that? it's not easy to stream. So thanks for being here with me, guys. 95 minutes is a long stream for me, so. All right, so that's finished. Kick off my upload again. All right, 87 files. All right. So now I'm doing my uploads again, which is great. Second to last set is uploading as we speak. So if you're just joining us, we're just hanging out, working, improving ourselves, getting ready for the week. Let me know how you guys are doing. Feel free to say hello. We got a friendly group in here. But I'm feeling very productive right now because knowing that I have my content set up really brings a lot of peace of mind, right? So, yeah. You know, another thing that's coming up, guys, for those of you that are working right now on a Sunday, improving yourselves, which is great. Keep in mind, October 1st is coming up. It's only, another week or so away? That's the last quarter of the year, right? October, November, December is Q4, as we would refer to it on a business calendar here in the U.S. So, time to start wrapping up, right? Time to start making sure you're going to meet your goals, right? You still got a few months left, right? So your goals aren't lost, but it's time to acknowledge that, hey, end of the year's coming up. Got to get my act together. Got to make sure I'm doing good things. And it's also a good time to start looking forward to the next year, start setting some goals, right? In a corporate environment, this would also be when you're doing your yearly assessment, like your self-assessment. How did your year go? What goals did you do? So on and so forth, right? Good time to do that. Zed says, how do you see the future of DS with the advancements of AI? Very exciting, right? So data science will obviously still be around. We, as data scientists, will just be heavily aided by AI. And Zed, I know you're kind of new here, so if you want to look at some of my series on the instructional side, like I did a neural network series not too long ago, I do all of those series 100% with AI. We don't write any code ourselves. We might have to make small modifications here and there, but we don't write any code ourselves. We do it all with AI. So we're still making decisions. We're still using our own critical eye, our own critical minds. But you can use AI to help you, to assist you, right? To be your employee, right? You, Zed, you have an employee right now. And that employee is really, really good at writing code if you prompt it correctly. So I think that's where we're headed, Zed. You'll still be a data scientist. You'll still be the human in the loop. You'll still be the creative one. But you'll also have another employee who's very, very, very good at coding so that you don't have to be very, very, very good at coding. So yeah, that's the way I see it, Zed. And I think that's going to hold true. I've had that opinion for well over a year now, and I haven't seen anything that has changed, that has caused me to rethink that or change that opinion. But I think that's going to hold. All right, guys, I am on 41 of 87, which is great. Oh, I'm making real good progress here. I'm happy about that. This gives me a lot of peace of mind when I can say, hey, I got enough content for the next, couple of weeks here. So really happy about that. All right. So what else do I need to do? I need to get one more set ready. All right, I think I found some other content that I want to publish out, so this will be fun. Because I only have one more batch to do. Wow, going over 100 minutes on this stream. That is really, really long for me, guys. So if you're just joining us, feel free to say hello. We're a friendly group. We're just hanging out, just working on a Sunday afternoon. Let me know what you're up to. If you enjoy this streaming, I stream every day at 1500 GMT. So whatever time that is in your time zone, feel free to join me. Feel free to set your notifications on so that YouTube or Instagram will tell you to join. But that's something that I also enjoy, and that's a little bit more data science oriented. But still, no agenda. Keep things flexible. And I've enjoyed this stream, and I think I'll be doing more of these work streams whenever it's stuff like this where I'm just kind of working at home. Might as well start a stream. See what you guys are up to. All right, we are almost done here. Woohoo! This is awesome. All right. Okay, guys, I am now on my final upload. Let's see. I'm gonna do that. All right, now I can go here. Okay, that's a lot. That's 57. Okay. Zed says, I love the content you put out. Just watch some of them. Oh, I appreciate that, Zed. Thanks so much for that. Yeah, Zed, if you'd like, check out my playlists where you're going to find the teaching series I did on Introduction to Statistical Learning and also on neural networks. I think you would find those relevant to your studies if you're still early. But Introduction to Statistical Learning is a very, very popular book. Very common among professional data scientists. right? I mean, it's hard to find professional data scientists that don't know those books. So I taught those books in a long series. So you're welcome to check that out. Um, and you can see a little bit more about my teaching style and all of that. Um, all right, I think I should be good here. All right, that's good. Now I'm just waiting for the sync. And I should be good. Zed says, for sure, I will check them out. Yeah, thanks a lot, Zed. And keep on coming back to the live streams. I live stream every day. Today was a little bit different. Um, because, I'm doing it a little bit later in the day. I usually don't stream this late in the day. But yeah, feel free to keep coming back during my regular streams. It's usually every day. Every once in a while, I have to take a day off. But I usually stream every day. Okay, so that's done. So what did I say? 86? 86. Okay. So now I'm here. 87. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, this is not good. Something has gone wrong on my... It's always the last batch, right, guys? Something has gone wrong. Why can I not see my preview? It's always the last batch, guys. Okay, so that's good. I have good amount of content set up. But why is this one a little screwed up? Okay, that's what I want. But somewhere in this, it's getting screwed up. What's going on there? I can't tell if that's a cause for concern or not. For some reason, guys, my posts aren't previewing the way I'd like for them to. It's always the last one, right, guys? No matter what you're doing, if you're a mechanic, if you ever work on your car, it's always the last bolt that gives you the problems, right? Um, hmm. I don't know if I should be concerned with this or not. I think what I want to do is I want to start all over. So maybe close out a couple of windows here. let's see. So maybe, yeah, gonna start all over there. Gonna go back to my uploader. Yep, I like that. I like that. Add from file. Zed says, feels like I found gold. Oh, thanks a lot, Zed. Really appreciate that. Why am I not getting the ability to have previews here? I'm kind of getting concerned about this. What is going on? Oh, wait a minute. Did I not? Oh, wait a minute. I didn't run my script. Right? I think I got ahead of myself. And I didn't run my script. That's the problem. See, guys, you get ahead of yourself. You get ahead of your skis, as they say. Yeah, that was a problem. Zed says, what was the most challenging problem you dealt with as a data scientist, or how you managed it? Zed, it's not a code or math problem. It's a people problem. People problems in data science are the hardest to get over. And nobody else tells you that, right? Because they don't know. They're idiots. They've never worked as a real data scientist. So the people problems are the hardest in data science. It's never the tech, right? Second to that is the hardware resources. You know, sometimes you do have to fight for hardware resources. Third would be third is related to the first one about the people problems. Managing the policies, the internal policies around data science. Just because you're a data scientist doesn't mean they're going to let you do whatever you want, right? So that's probably the hardest. There we go. Now my uploads are making sense again. Okay, my uploads are back to good. Yeah, just because you're a data scientist doesn't mean people will love you. Doesn't mean that people are going to let you do whatever you want. Doesn't mean that people are going to buy into your results. So that's the answer for you, Zed. So these other idiot influencers who tell you, oh, you got to know this math because it's the hardest part of data science. They just don't. They're too stupid to know any better. But the people problems are always the most challenging ones in data science, 100%. And also, those people problems evolve over time, right? The types of problems they have will evolve over time. Anime Sadu, no, excuse me, Amine Sadu. How are you? Welcome. So glad to see you. Says hello, everybody. What a great greeting. Hello to you too, Amine. How are you? Where are you from? Where are you joining us from? We're a friendly group here. Let us know what you're up to. We're just having a Sunday hangout stream, so let me know what you're up to. I have been very productive today. I am uploading the last of my batches. Believe it or not, guys, in the time that we've been talking, I have uploaded about 750 pieces of content that I have ready to go. Something like that. So yeah, I have felt very productive thanks to this group, thanks to our chat. What are you guys up to? So, Amine, feel free to let us know where you're from. What are you studying? What's your career looking like? You know, we're all like-minded data professionals here, so feel free to share whatever you're comfortable sharing. But I've been streaming here for more than an hour and a half, almost 2 hours now. We're just hanging out, preparing for the week, preparing ourselves. You know, here when I say I'm doing content creation, I'm actually talking about my business because that is my business. So I'm just improving my business, trying to add as much as I can. Amine says, I'm doing great from Algeria, North Africa, working as a data science professor. Nice! Welcome, Professor. What is up with you guys? It's got to be late in Algeria, too. What time is it? It's got to be like, what? It's probably midnight also for you. We have Albania in the chat where it's midnight. Amine, I'm guessing it's close to that for you, too. Right? It's probably close to midnight? Yes. Amine says yes. What are you guys doing? Seriously, guys. Come on. Come on, guys. You guys are crazy. What are you doing? Man, I am so humbled when people, come in from all around the world. But at midnight, affecting your sleep? Because, guys, I value my sleep. I like sleeping well at night. And that's why I kind of try to live a clean life, a clean conscience, so I can sleep well at night. But, man, you guys are up at midnight listening to little old me. You guys are crazy. Crazy. I don't know how you guys do it, but thanks for being here. Really appreciate all of my followers. Yeah, I'm glad I did this. Like I said, I could have been here by myself working, but I thought I'd start up a stream, see how you guys are doing. But I am on 43 of 86 at a halfway point of my last upload. So I'm feeling really great about the progress I've made. Lots of really good work towards my business that I've done here today. So let me know what you're doing, Amine. What are you doing up at midnight? I hope you don't have to teach tomorrow. I hope tomorrow's a national holiday in Algeria. Jeez. What are you guys doing up this late? I can't tell you the last time I was up at midnight. I'm an old man. I'm asleep by 8. Oh, man. So thanks for being here, Amine. You're among people of like-minded qualities, as far as data. So feel free to share whatever you'd like. So I'm feeling really productive here, guys. That all of this is pretty close to being done. I managed to do 9 different batches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. No, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 batches. I did 8 different batches today. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. So that's pretty productive for me. So it's just a really big peace of mind thing where I can say, hey, all my content is good to go for a little bit, right? I'm just buying myself runway when I do this. So it's completely worth the time investment from my end. You know what else I did earlier today, guys? I was looking at eBay. I can't tell you guys how much I want a truck. I just want a truck to be able to pull things around. Oh man, cars are so expensive nowadays. I was looking on eBay for a used car, like a used truck, because I don't need anything fancy, because I have other cars, right? But I was thinking of getting a nice truck, like a nice used truck. So I was doing some of that on eBay today. It felt good putting in some bids. I've forgotten what a valuable site eBay can be. But we'll see how that goes. I don't know if I'm going to find a truck that makes sense. I don't want to spend too much on it. But isn't it nice to have a truck just to, pull things around and all that? I'm thinking of getting one. If I can find a good deal, something that makes sense, I might do that. I'm just saying that because I'm looking at my email and I got outbid on a couple of trucks that I wanted. If you win them, you win them. If you don't, you don't. That's just the way it goes. Zed says, I like more SUV for overroading, not off-road. Yeah, Zed, but I have an SUV now. I have a decent SUV, and I do take it off-road because I don't care. It's a good SUV. It's never let me down, but I just want a truck. I don't know. I'd probably keep both. I've had more than one car at one time. I was stupid when I was in New York. I had two cars in New York. That was dumb, but the second car was a Porsche, so that was fun. Um, but yeah, I think I'm gonna get a truck if I can get a good value on one. Who knows? Amina says I was scrolling online and boom, I came across your live. Hey, sometimes that's how you find the best content, right? So you never know, right? But thanks a lot for being here, Amine. I think it's your first time. But yeah, if you're a data science professor and you like being among data-minded people, definitely you're in the right place. Zed says, "Oh, what kind? Toyota or Lexus?" Zed, so there is a content creator out there known as the Car Wizard, and he seems like a really honest guy, like a really honest mechanic, and he has given the best years for the different trucks. So he'll tell you, buy this year Chevrolet, buy this year Ram, buy this year Toyota, buy this year what's the other one, Chevrolet or whatever, right? Ford. And so I took notes when he had that content. So I have my little watch list of trucks that I look for. But they're a little older, right? So you gotta gauge the condition, you gotta gauge the mileage, and some of these are kind of far away, so the transportation is going to cost you like at least $1,000, right? So you kind of have to take all of that into account into finding something that makes sense. So I made a couple bids today. It looks like I lost one bid at least, but you win some, you lose some, right? Zed says, "Ooh, a Porsche. Really like them. Yeah, Porsches are nice. Not gonna lie. I had a 911, which I really loved. That's how dumb I was, guys. I was living in New York and I was commuting into the city with a Porsche 911. Tons of fun. Loved the car. I will have another one in the future. At some point, I'll buy another 911 in the future. But yeah, Porsches are fun, definitely. A little doubt about that. So yeah, Porsche 911 was definitely a good car. Not for off road though, but yeah, that was fun. Porsches are definitely good cars. Denelson says, "Been having a '99 Tacoma in my family and still working beautiful." That's funny, Denelson, because this guy I'm telling you about, he gives you years for all the trucks. Like buy this year Ford, but not this year. Buy this year Dodge, but don't buy these years. And for Toyota, he says buy any of them. Like he says you can't go wrong with any Toyota out there. Like he gives a blanket recommendation for all Toyotas. Just get a Toyota. For trucks, that is, right? I mean, the other cars are reliable too, obviously. But he's like, yeah, you can't go wrong with any year Toyota. So it's funny you mentioned 99 because he would totally be on board with that. He'd be like, yeah, sure. Like, even if it's, because 99 is what, 25 years old, 26 years old? He just recommends any Toyota, any year, you're going to be fine, right? So I did look at a couple of Tundras, and the Tundras have always been a beautiful truck. I mean, I've always thought Tundras were nowhere near as appreciated as they should be, right? But yeah, so if I can find a good Toyota Tundra, I might bid on it. But who knows? Who knows? Guys. These are the types of things that I kind of like to leave to the universe a little bit. I'm gonna do some research. I'm gonna make my bids. But if I don't win, the universe is telling me I don't need that right now, and that's okay, right? Something will come along, right? I mean, I have a great car now. It's getting a little bit older. But I'm going to run it into the ground, just whenever it dies out. I have money. I have the savings to go out and buy another car. So I'll just do that, But for now, it's not like I'm without transportation. I have plenty of transportation. So, just going to see if a truck is in my future. But yeah, I did a couple bids on eBay, so I was looking at the emails because eBay sends you emails all the time, right? Oh, the seller made you a special offer. You got a bid here, bid there. So I was just looking at that, but yeah, You know, if a new truck is meant to be, then it'll come my way. And if not, I have pretty good transportation now. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. So I have managed to finish out all the different items that I wanted to. I now have, wow, I have nearly 900 pieces of content that I can push out now. That is awesome. I am proud of that. Yeah, that feels good. So I have 900 pieces of content that I can push out. Wow. So yeah, guys, I think that brings us to a conclusion. Wow, we just passed 2 hours, but I think that brings us to a conclusion on this stream. Thanks so much, everybody. Really appreciate you guys joining. Denelson, you're such a great longtime supporter. Really appreciate you. Zed and Amine, you know, new supporters. Thanks so much. Feel free to keep on coming back. I stream just about every day. I take a couple breaks here and there. But turn your notifications on. It'll tell you when I'm streaming. Follow me on Instagram because that's where I will usually tell people if I need to cancel my stream. But really been good spending time with you. I'm glad we did this, and I'm going to be doing more of these work streams. So please, as always, take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and I will see you guys again soon. Take care, everybody.